Right now, police officers across the state mourn the loss of two of their own after a deadly shooting in northwestern Wisconsin. We have team coverage of the incident and the connection one of the officers has to Stoughton.
Plus, the latest on the deadly shooting at a Louisville bank as investigators search for a motive. And
later, an abortion pill maker heads to appeals court after a judge rules to revoke FDA approval of the drug. It's all ahead on News 3 Now at 10.
We're so young, to be lost at this time is just horrible.
Tonight, northwestern Wisconsin is in mourning after two of its police officers were shot and killed during a traffic stop on Saturday.
The DCI is investigating the shooting that led to the deaths of Officer Hunter Scheel of Cameron, Officer Emily Breidenbach of Chetek, and the man they pulled over. Armand Rahman breaks down what we know so far about that traffic stop.
Eric and Charlotte, because the DCI is investigating, few details were given at a press conference with law enforcement in Barron County. But what was all too clear is that the two officers' deaths have law enforcement across Wisconsin reeling.
This is nothing a chief and sheriff should have to go through.
Two communities grieving together Monday after the loss of 32-year-old Chetek police officer Emily Breidenbach and 23-year-old Cameron police officer Hunter Scheel.
This event has touched me, my department, local law enforcement, and law enforcement around the world.
The two officers were conducting a traffic stop Saturday afternoon in Cameron. All we know from the Justice Department is that the stop was based on a warrant and welfare check on 50-year-old Glenn Douglas Perry after the officers were notified of, quote, concerning behavior. The traffic stop ended in gunfire, killing Scheel and Breidenbach on scene.
Chetek Department will be back, and we will pull through this, and we will be Emily Strong.
Perry, meanwhile, died at the hospital. The Department of Criminal Investigation is handling the case and is expected to provide a report to the Barron County District Attorney's office in about a month. Based on that, the DA will compile its own report and release it publicly.
Being done in an expedited manner. I think that's the least that we can do for the families of both officers and certainly for the community as a whole.
The two small communities are 9 miles apart, so the police departments regularly work together.
It's really one department, and they're just have a different patch on their shoulder. Our sheriff's department, along with other local law enforcement agencies, are covering their areas so their deputy or their officers have time to heal together.
According to the Barron County Sheriff, the whole county lost two of its own Saturday.
We only heal as one, and we need everybody to take part in that.
According to Barron County court records, a bench warrant for Perry's arrest was issued roughly a week before the shooting after he failed to appear for a divorce hearing and couldn't be reached.
Armand, thank you. And according to the Wisconsin Department of Justice, Officer Emily Breidenbach had been in law enforcement for 5 years, starting her career in Stoughton, where she had served for 9 months.
News 3 Now's McKenna Alexander spoke with her former colleagues about their memories of her.
Here at Stoughton Police Department, Emily's former colleagues are remembering her infectious personality, something they've done since the day she first walked through the door.
Very charismatic, very empathetic. She had a very big personality, and you couldn't mistake her voice or laugh. She was just an overall great person, very nice, caring.
After attending Black Hawk Technical College in Janesville, Emily Breidenbach joined the ranks of law enforcement in 2015, launching her career at the Stoughton Police Department. Before moving to Chetek to continue working as a police officer, Emily spent 9 months in this building, where she left an impression that many say was impossible to forget.
Seems like a short amount of time, but we all remember her well. Those that worked with her, a lot of the officers and dispatchers are still here, and some have retired, and I spoke to some of those as well, and she had that same quality, like she left that remembrance kind of factor. And that's not, everybody doesn't have that, but she did.
That kindness to others only adds to the grief felt in this department upon learning Emily had been killed in the line of duty.
Just sad, just sick, and unbelievable. I didn't want to believe it. It's with any death and public safety and law enforcement, this is, it's always hard, but when you know someone, you've actually spent time in a building with them or in a squad car, it makes it that much more tougher.
One of those that shared a squad car with Emily was Cole Sargent, who was her field trainer for 6 weeks.
She definitely made it enjoyable. She had a big, bright smile that was infectious, and you know, she was laughing. We could just had a good time while we were training, that's for sure. Well, it's really hard because, I mean, like you said, she's a younger person, and she had her whole life ahead of her, and I think she was just getting into the point where she was starting to thrive with the community and really find her niche. So to be taken at such a young age is really sad.
While those that knew Emily continue mourning a life taken too soon, they're comforted in knowing that her death was not in vain.
Yeah, it's definitely a real sad reminder that it's a possibility that you might lose your life in the line of duty, but I like to remember the fact that she went out serving what she did to protect, serve the communities.
Those I spoke with say their hearts go out to Emily's family, her communities, and the Chautauqua Police Department. In Stoughton, I'm McKenna Alexander.
McKenna, thank you. Governor Evers also commenting on the deadly shooting while visiting Eau Claire today, calling it a horrible situation. The governor says he plans to sign executive orders lowering U.S. and Wisconsin flags in their honor once funeral arrangements have been made.
We have to mourn and take care of the families of these officers and make sure that these two police forces, small ones, frankly, their mental health is taken care of.
He also touched on the number of guns in the country and trying to figure out how to handle the issue.
Madison police say a man is in stable condition after he was shot outside a bar yesterday. Officers found the 23-year-old man with a gunshot wound to the chest at the corner of West Gorham and State Streets. A 22-year-old suspect was arrested and faces charges of first-degree attempted homicide and reckless endangering safety. Police say the shooting stemmed from a disagreement between the two groups at the bar.
Meanwhile, in Kentucky, 5 people are dead, at least 8 others are hurt after a shooting inside a Louisville bank. The gunman was also killed. Police have identified the suspect as a 25-year-old bank employee who police say live streamed the attack. Later, SWAT teams and investigators searched the suspect's home to try to determine a motive.
Let's be clear about what this was. This was an evil act of targeted violence.
And Kentucky's governor has ordered flags in the state to be lowered to half staff until Friday evening. President Biden called the shooting senseless. In Virginia, prosecutors there say they will bring charges against the mother of a 6-year-old boy accused of shooting his first grade teacher. Deja Taylor will face child neglect and child endangerment charges. A lawyer for Taylor says she will turn herself in later this week. The 6-year-old will not face charges.
Temperatures warming up for the work week. Let's check your first warn forecast with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti.
And they'll be warming up to the point where they'll be well above normal and maybe even flirting with records for Wednesday and Thursday. Let's take a look at the time lapse from the WISC-TV Skycam today. Some cirrus clouds this morning, and then boom, we broke into the sunshine, and it was sunny for most of the afternoon, and that just allowed those temperatures to climb very quickly. Doppler track about as dry as you could see. If you look in the upper right corner of the picture there, you see a couple of sprinkles in southern Ontario. If it wasn't for that, you couldn't even tell that the radar was animating because there's just nothing out there. High temperatures today, 73 Madison, 73 Janesville. Warmer to the north and west. La Crosse is at 78, Black River Falls 77, Camp Douglas 75 degrees. Even near Lake Michigan, though, temperatures were in the upper 60s to lower 70s. Right now, temperatures are still in the 50s through much of southern Wisconsin, although right now Mineral Point is at 61 degrees and La Crosse is at 64. Here in Dane County, we're seeing mainly 50s, although Middleton checks in at 64 degrees and 60 in Oregon, 57 right now in Stoughton. Look for skies to be partly cloudy overnight. It'll be very mild, low dropping only to 51. Tomorrow will be a few degrees warmer, and Wednesday will be a few degrees warmer still. I'll take a look at our prospects for setting records in just a few minutes.
Well, the warmer temperatures are leading to greater fire danger in the area. In Sun Prairie, a grass fire burned roughly 10 acres of land this afternoon. Firefighters say hot embers falling from a welding site were the cause. They found the fire on Columbus Street, nearly 2 blocks north of Highway 151. Smoke did threaten a nearby building, but crews were able to put it out in time. And here's a map of the current fire conditions in the state. You can see every county south of Highway 29 is labeled as very high danger. The DNR is asking for those in that category to avoid burning, and that's all of us in the News 3 Now viewing area.
Students at Waunakee Community High School are protesting the school's decision to postpone Pride Week. It started when Waunakee's Gender and Sexualities Alliance made a presentation about LGBTQ history in the U.S. that would get shown during class for Pride Week. And that's when the school's principal delayed Pride Week, frustrating students.
It won't be concurrent with the Pride Week that is a national event, right? So it takes some of their thunder out of it, and it tells them they need to be silenced for 2 weeks and not celebrated.
Some parents tell News 3 Now they're hoping that the newly planned Pride Week does in fact happen, while Principal Borowski emphasized his support for the students, wanting to make sure he protected them.
Moving to national news now, a Tennessee lawmaker has been reinstated to his position 4 days after being expelled from the state legislature. Justin Jones, along with fellow Democrat lawmaker Justin Pearson, were expelled last Thursday. The two men and a third Democrat, Representative Gloria Johnson, had protested what they saw as inadequate action on gun control, days after 3 students and 3 adults were killed in a school shooting in Nashville. Well, today, the Nashville City Council voted 36-0 to reappoint Jones.
The people of District 52, 78,000 people have a voice in this chamber once again.
Expelled Representative Justin Pearson's vacant seat is scheduled to be addressed during a special meeting in his district on Wednesday.
Sources say former President Donald Trump is expected to sit for a deposition Thursday in a civil case against him. That lawsuit was filed by New York Attorney General Letitia James. It alleges Trump and his children were involved in financial fraud at the Trump Organization that lasted more than a decade. Trump was previously deposed in the investigation back in August when he invoked his Fifth Amendment rights. The case against him is seeking $250 million and a ban on his ability to operate a business in the state of New York. It's set to go to trial in October. And the former president also filing a long-shot bid to keep his former vice president from testifying in a January 6th investigation. A judge has ordered Mike Pence to testify before a federal grand jury investigating efforts to subvert the 2020 election. But Trump is now appealing that judge's decision. The former president is trying to claim executive privilege around his and Pence's conversations. Pence could be called before the grand jury as early as this week.
The manufacturer of a medication used to terminate pregnancy is seeking to halt a recent ruling that would revoke FDA approval of this drug. Danco, the company that manufactures mifepristone, says it will ask the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals to stay the ruling. The ruling was made Friday by a conservative Texas judge. South Carolina Republican Nancy Mace says her beliefs are pro-life, but she does not agree with the ruling.
Getting it wrong on this issue. We've got to show some compassion to women, especially women who've been raped, because by and large, most of Americans aren't with us on this issue.
Mifepristone is currently used in half the abortions in the U.S. It's been on the market for 23 years and has been taken by more than 5 million women. Still ahead, we check back in with Gary for the complete forecast.
But first, students at UW-Madison will be able to earn a new degree on campus soon. How the course correlates with a growing community in the state. That's next.
At Stanton Optical, independent eye doctors are available for eye exams whenever you need one. You should have seen me before I got mine. You're so quiet. Are you mad at me? Book your free same-day eye exam at Stanton Optical today.
Why are there 2 extra seats? Are we getting 2 Great Danes? I know, giant Uncle Dane and his giant beard. Maybe a dragon. Twin sisters! And one is a robot and one is a knight. And I'll be on the side of the octopus.
The Volkswagen Atlas with best-in-class third-row legroom. Visit your local Volkswagen dealer for 4.9% APR financing for 72 months on a new 2023 Atlas or Atlas Cross Sport.
Planning a remodel? Don't toss your cabinets, furniture, and appliances. Donate to Habitat Restore. Your items stay out of landfills while proceeds create housing solutions for hardworking families. Build a stronger community with Habitat Restore of Dane County.
Spring into action and save on stressless seating at the Century House. Now get $400 off all classic power recliners, signature-based recliners and ottomans, and cross-based recliners and ottomans. And get $400 off most sofas and love seats. Imagine how much you can save building your dream sectional. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
A supper club, a place that serves supper. We started off with a house coffee, garden salad, a potatoes au gratin, bacon wrapped scallops. Hello, little friends. Old fashioned. That's superior.
Need life insurance? SelectQuote found Jacob, 40, a $500,000 policy for only $19 a month. And SelectQuote found his wife Wendy, a $500,000 policy for only $17 a month.
SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
Stanton Optical is the best value in eye care. We do the math, people. For $79, you get all this. That costs over $400 at LensCrafters, over $200 at Walmart, and over $150 at America's Best. When it comes to value, Stanton Optical is the top bird.
It's a sure sign of spring. The terrace chairs make their return to the Union.
Josh Breider is live with a look at the schedule of fun for you and your family.
Yeah, it looks like the warmer weather is here to stay for now, but for how long? Join us tomorrow morning between 4:30 and 7.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Starting this fall, UW-Madison students will be able to graduate with a degree in Chicano-Chicana or Latino-Latina studies. It's a new major and first of its kind at the university. The courses are currently offered at the certificate level, which went from about 50 students in 2014 to about 200 this year, a nearly 300% increase. This same growth is happening with these communities in the state, and this major will prepare students to help elevate them.
The Latinx population in general is booming in Wisconsin and across the country, right? So this is preparing undergraduate students to be able to enter into a profession of service within the public sector or in the private sector, and to be able to work directly with this population.
This professor says this is just the beginning of an advanced way of bringing more culture to the classroom.
In New Jersey, a faculty strike is affecting some 67,000 students at all 3 campuses at Rutgers. Staff and faculty there walked the picket line after contract talks that began back in July reached an impasse over the weekend. Unions representing educators, researchers, clinicians, and others are demanding salary increases, job security for adjunct instructors, and funding for grad students. The university says it has offered increased salaries by 12% by 2025, plus additional lump sum payments for the first 2 years of the new contract. Students are being advised to complete their coursework so they don't fall behind.
I need to get these grades in and I need to do well, so I'm a little nervous, but I think I have the resources to complete that assignment.
Now, the strike comes with just 3 weeks of classes left of the school year before final exams and commencement next month.
The iconic sunburst tables and chairs are returning this week to the Memorial Union. Today and tomorrow, the tables will return first, and then on Wednesday, the chairs will join them. A total of 2,000 chairs and more than 400 tables will return to the terrace this year. And the Dane County Farmers Market is returning to the Capitol Square this Saturday. The weekly market is billed as the country's largest producers-only farmers market, regularly bringing more than 200 vendors. The market will run each Saturday through November 11th from 6:45 a.m. to 1:45 p.m., and this will be the market's 51st year.
Good week for both of those things. Above normal temperatures throughout the week. Gary has the complete forecast. How warm are we getting?
You know, we could be flirting with record high temperatures Wednesday and Thursday, and even record warm low temperatures as well. Let's start out by taking a look at 3 things you need to know in the forecast, and boy, the forecast is looking pretty doggone good. High temperatures, middle 70s for tomorrow, so a few degrees warmer than today, but we're flirting with records for both Wednesday and Thursday. And then thunderstorms Saturday will lead to cooler weather to return for next week, at least the first part of the week. Now, for Wednesday, the record warm low temperature is 56 degrees, and I've got a forecast low of 58, so I think we have a pretty good chance of breaking that. With a record high of 86 probably will remain, because I'm looking for a high of 80, warm enough on Wednesday. But Thursday, the record high temperature is 78 for Madison, and that forecast high of 80 would break that. The record warm low, though, 61, so we'll probably be just a little shy of that. High temperature trend over the next 10 days, well above normal temperatures through Saturday, and then, boom, temperatures drop right back down. 53 on Sunday, only 48 on Monday. There could be a couple of flakes of snow Sunday night into early Monday morning, but then those temperatures rebound back into the 60s for the middle of next week when the next chance of rain arrives. High temperatures today across our part of the Midwest. Just about everybody statewide was in the 70s. Rhineland was at 63. But remember, there's still at least a little bit of snow on the ground. A lot of that melted over the weekend. But look at the Midwest as a whole. Our temperatures are about as warm as just about anybody else. Kansas City was actually cooler than us today, because they had more clouds and some showers and thunderstorms, but some 80s across Kansas. This is looking pretty nice, and I think those temperatures will hold or even increase by a couple of degrees over the next few days. Weather track across the country, just some mid and high level clouds coming in from the northwest. There are those showers and thunderstorms down in Kansas and Oklahoma, and those are fizzling out. The air is pretty dry across much of the country, so other than some rain and snow in the Pacific Northwest, some showers and thunderstorms across Florida, almost the entire country is dry right now, and it will probably stay that way for another day or two. As we zoom back into the Midwest, you can see those clouds kind of coming in. There's a weak cold front to the north and west up near the U.S.-Canadian border, but that'll become stationary as that low-pressure system tracks eastward. That keeps us in the mild air. Winds out of the south will increase in speed over the next couple of days. In fact, Wednesday and Thursday will be downright windy, but you can see the effect. Lots of sunshine, the mild southwesterly winds continuing for the next couple of days. That just warms the temperatures up. You can see tomorrow, lots of sunshine, clear skies for tomorrow night. So even at night, low temperatures will only drop into the mid to upper 50s. And Wednesday, again, we should be around 80 degrees with those mild southwesterly winds. Even the Lake Michigan shoreline areas that a lot of times this year are cooler because of the lake being cold. That offshore wind will just keep the warm air all the way to the shoreline. 76 for a high tomorrow in Madison, partly sunny skies, a little breezy, winds out of the southwest 10 to 20 miles per hour. Planning your day across Dane County. 76 for the high in Oregon, 74 in Marshall, 75 the high temperature predicted in Cambridge. Across the rest of southern Wisconsin again, just a tad warmer to the north and west, 77 in Prairie du Chien and 77 in La Crosse. They were at 78 today. As we look at the first one 7 to 10 day forecast, again 80 Wednesday and Thursday. It also be windy, but mostly sunny. Friday still pretty mild, but then the shower and thunderstorm chances arrive Friday night. Saturday, probably the best chance of rain, and then temperatures start to turn colder in the afternoon. Sunday, a high of 53, and it'll be windy with a chance of showers. Could even mix with a few flakes of snow Sunday night. Temperatures chilly for the start of next week, but at least warming back up to slightly above normal by the middle part of the week.
Gary, thank you. We do have a traffic alert that could affect some of your evening commutes. US 1218 eastbound and westbound at County AB in Madison will be closed overnight tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday. Now, as you can see, it's just east of where the Beltline meets the interstate near the Yahara Hills Golf Course there. Motorists are advised to use alternate routes.
And coming up in sports, Joe Pavelski makes Badger history on ice. What Captain America did that's never been done before from a UW alum. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Us. This isn't us. Is it? Uh-huh. Let's take a break from our devices for 5 days, 5 hours, or even just 5 minutes. And let's see what we find.
Hey, bud.
US Cellular. Built for us.
There are so many things we take for granted. So many things. And along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for their survival for granted too. The elderly, disabled, the veterans, people on limited and fixed incomes, or folks that lost jobs in sectors hardest hit during the pandemic. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living? Some people just can't come back. And through no fault of their own, they're being left behind, struggling to keep their heat, water, and power on. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our heat, water, and power providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
Get 11% off everything at Menards. Attract a wide variety of birds with Enchanted Garden Birdseed. Available in various high-quality seed types and blends. Get this bag of sunflower seeds for $14.99 after rebate. Keep your lawn looking its best with Menards' premium 4-part fertilizer program. It's comprised of what you need for every season to make your lawn healthy and luscious. Buy now and save for the season. Get all 4 for $50 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
When it's time to remodel your home, lean on the experts at Brothers Maine for all things appliances. As Madison and Janesville's local appliance authority since 1938, our experienced staff will make your project easy from concept to completion. Better than big box, Brothers Maine has a larger selection, lower prices, and professional advice to bring your vision to life. On time and on budget. From sales to install, we do it all. Feel great about your purchases and feel like family at Brothers Maine.
Do you have an idea for an invention, but you don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp. They've been helping inventors for 35 years. Call today for free information.
Call 800-550-5543.
Arby's 2
for $7. Every day. Yee! Classic beef and cheddar hog. 2 of those things for just $7. Arby's, we have the meat.
Okay, I think we're all aware that most cell companies only give you the lowest price when you sign up for multiple lines. But US Cellular gives you just 1 line for $29.99 with unlimited data. So you don't have to get more lines than you need. No, you hang up.
US Cellular, built for us.
Hello?
The team with the best record in the National League, none other than your Milwaukee Brewers. The crew in their 7-2 record traveled west for a 10-game road trip. Up first is a 3-game series with the Diamondbacks. 5th inning, Brew Crew down 1-0. Christian Walker adds to the home team's lead with a 2-run bomb to right. That makes it 3-0. This one currently in the 7th inning. Brewers still down 3 runs. On the softball diamond, Wisconsin's Maddie Schwartz was named the Big Ten Pitcher of the Week, and for good reason. The Badger flamethrower tossed 13 1/3 scoreless innings and a complete game no-hitter against the Boilermakers, helping UW sweep Purdue over the weekend. Wisconsin is back at Goodman Diamond tomorrow when they host DePaul. For the first time this season, Forward Madison will be playing on their home field, and it's going to be a busy week. Tuesday, they have their 2nd round matchup in the U.S. Open Cup, and then Saturday, it's back to USL League One play. And this group's going to look a whole lot different. The Mingos bring back just 4 returners compared to 17 new guys on their roster. But new or old, they're excited to be at Breeze Stevens this week.
A new team, and there's a lot of excitement around this group, so especially for Saturday's game, we're expecting a good turnout and it to be loud.
A group that's going to bleed for the shirt, play on both sides of the ball, and we're looking to build, to grow, to get collectively better every week, and excited to play in front of our home fans this week in 2 games, so yeah, really excited.
There's also a feeling that this group has what it takes to bring home a championship. Remember, Forward Madison hasn't been in the playoffs since their 1st year in the league. And after back-to-back 9th place finishes, the Mingos know that's not good enough. And this year, it's postseason or bust.
We want to play good soccer. I mean, we want to win games, and that's the most important at the end of the day. But we want to do it in a convincing way and dominate games. And that way, the more you dominate, the more confidence you get. The more confidence you get, the more wins you get.
You can see in moments in our first 2 games that we have more than enough potential to be the best team in the league. It's about building a little bit more chemistry, getting on a little bit of a roll, and then, finishing games off and putting points on the board.
It was a big night for Joe Pavelski in Detroit. The former Badger not only deflected in a goal to help the Stars beat the Red Wings, but that goal was Pavelski's 1,000th career point. The Pride of Plover becomes the first Badger and the 11th American-born player to join the 1,000-point club. The United States taking on Canada in the Women's World Championships. Former Badger Hillary Knight, the captain for Team USA, and late in the 3rd, she'd come up big for her team. Off the rebound, Knight taps it in for the goal. This one, though, would head to a shootout where Canada would come away victorious. And Todd Knott turned down the Minnesota State head coaching job to join Mike Hastings at Wisconsin as the team's associate head coach. Knott and Hastings spent the last 11 years working together. Now, The Athletic recently tabbed Knott as college hockey's #1 recruiter. Good get for the Badgers. We're back after this.
At Pick and Save, we want our fresh produce to meet your expectations, which is why we do up to a 27-point inspection to check for things like color and scarring. Because when it comes to fresh, higher standards mean fresher produce. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
At Lawton Cates, your life counts is more than just a slogan. It's providing guidance after a serious accident. From the first phone call, we're by your side, helping with the important decisions. Not just for your medical care, but for your family's peace of mind. The Lawton Cates team combines experience and genuine compassion because we know how much is at stake. And we're dedicated to ensuring you can heal and move forward. At Lawton Cates, your life counts. Call today for a free consultation.
Hi, I'm Gary Canulti, and I'm inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Join me as we explore classic Italy, October 7th through the 15th. Discover Tuscany's charming countryside, Venice's grand waterways, and the magnificent art of Florence. We'll also spend time in the ancient city of Rome, visiting historical landmarks such as the Colosseum and the Sistine Chapel. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword WISC, for more information and to watch a travel show. Or call 557-1020 for a free brochure.
Need life insurance? SelectQuote found Jacob, 40, a $500,000 policy for only $19 a month. And SelectQuote found his wife Wendy, a $500,000 policy for only $17 a month.
SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
At Weedman Lawn Care, we believe that a lush, beautiful lawn should be enjoyed by the whole family. That's why we offer a kid and pet-friendly program to create a healthier, greener, weed-free lawn that your whole family can enjoy. Our program includes effective applications of targeted weed control and slow-release golf course quality fertilizer to achieve real results. Call or click today for your free quote, or sign up now and see the Weedman difference. Doesn't your family deserve a Weedman lawn?
You've got places to be, things to do, goals to crush. So at Basecamp Fitness, we pack 50 minutes worth of calorie burn into just 35. How do we do it? By switching between 60-second intervals of air bike cardio and strength training to keep the workout and your progress moving forward fast, no matter what level you're at. Now through April 19th, get 2 weeks free. Visit any of our 3 Madison locations or basecampfitness.com.
Would you look at that?
It's beautiful. Wow. That's our boy.
So bright.
Enjoy one of our tasty bagel sandwiches, like the steak, egg, and cheese bagel or the sausage, egg, and cheese bagel.
When your door is always open, so is the fridge. At Pick and Save, however you shop, in-store, pickup, or delivery, you get the same great prices, deals, and rewards. That's a win-win-win. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
A job's best friend, Thursday at 6.
Well, Gary has a final check of the forecast.
Beautiful evening out there right now. Temperatures are pretty comfortable. 57 Madison, 57 in Janesville, Milwaukee, 56. It's actually a little warmer in the Dells. They're at 61. 64 right now in Sauk City, 57 in Deerfield. Look for skies to be partly sunny for tomorrow, high of 76, and we will be around 80 for Wednesday and Thursday.
All right, Gary, thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10.
Do something good, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.